What's up, everybody? This is Deshawn. Welcome to my channel. It can be kind of boring to just sit here and watch me talk all the time, but I don't know how else to present that information to you. I did everything in a time where it's COVID and you can't have visitors, so it would be easier if someone was able to hold the camera for me while I was going through everything, so you could get I would have loved for y'all to see that, but I didn't have that option. So I'm doing the best that I can with trying to give you the information the best way I know how. And that just so happens to just be me sitting here talking to you guys. So I hope that you get something out of it. I don't mind doing the videos. It's not a whole lot going on with me. So I just wanted y'all to know that I'm thankful and grateful for anybody watching this. And I just want to help you in any way that I can. So if you have any suggestions or you have any questions, feel free to hit me up in the comments. And I'll do my best to help you out or receive any critiques or whatever, you get it. So let's get into the video. Okay, just for a reference point, I wanted to show you guys, and lift my stomach up because I'm chubby, but show you guys where right here is where they had put the SP catheter in. And it looks a lot better now. You can barely tell, especially since I'm actually holding my stomach up, so it's stretching it out. But it's like an indentation, so watch when I let it go, you can tell more here. The procedures that I had were a phalloplasty, the creation of a phallus, glandsplasty, the creation of the head, vaginectomy is the closing of the vagina, scrotoplasty was the creation of the scrotum balls, and the urethral lengthening, which is the make you be able to stand to pee. So I do have a couple questions that people have asked me before, and I kind of get the same questions, so I decided to just make a short little video about it. I just want to show you first. Let me show you my arm. This is 2 months, almost 3 months post-op. As you can see, the color is coming back in. I do have a scab on this side. I don't know if you can really see that. I have a scab there because my skin did peel off, but it is healing by itself again. So I just put Neosporin on it and kind of let the air get to it. If I'm out and about, I will cover it up just so people don't have to look at it. But I can show you right here. My skin has keloids some around my wrist area. I do use my wrist a lot. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I think it's basically just how my skin is healing. But like this area here is pretty flat. And then the closer you get to my wrist, the more you see like little things like this. Keloid here and then around my wrist. But other than that, it doesn't bother me at all. So my first question is, how do they know what size to make it? So really that just depends on, it's going to depend on the surgeon, but it's really going to depend on your body. What do you want your phallus to be made out of? For me, obviously, it was my arm. It could be your abdomen, it could be your back, and it could be your thigh. I've even seen some people get it done with the pelvic area. I don't know how that works, but it depends on your nerves. So whatever, however good your nerves are, that'll depend on where you can use this skin from, especially if sensation is a priority for you. But I know Dr. Santucci tries to go with a 6-inch template, around 5.5 to 6-inch template. So that's about average. How long will your arm take to heal? I get that question a lot, and I never asked the surgeon. I never, like I said, this is 2 months, almost 3 months post-op, and I've come a long way from where I started, where everything seemed like it was bust open and looks nasty, to can I pee out of it? When I tell people that I can urinate, like my close people, they find it so fascinating. I don't know what people thought it was going to be like and why they thought that I wouldn't be able to use a restroom out of it, but I can pee standing up and fine. I'm happy to say, not that I want to jinx myself or anything like that, but I haven't had any complications. The most complicating thing for me, especially now, because I am so far from when I had my surgery, not far, but you know, it's been a couple months now since I've had surgery, is I still have a strong urine smell, and I try to drink a lot of water and cranberry juice to like flush my bladder out. But um, I notice of course, when I drink way more water, the smell is not as strong, but it's still a smell there that I didn't have before. Now, I don't know if that's ever going to go away, but I notice it, and so that bothers me. But it's not to bother me to where I'm feeling like, oh man, I regret what I did, because I've loved every decision that I ever made about it. So, um, yeah. Does it get hard on its own? No, it does not get hard on its own. There's actually a second stage for me that will include either a rod or a pump, depending on what I decide to get, if I decide to get anything. Right now, I'm okay. I do want it. I haven't decided which one I'm going to get. I'm leaning more towards the pump, but with the pump, um, because it's mechanical, I'll have to get it replaced every few years or whatever, depending on how well it stands up. So sometimes it takes like 15 years or whatever to get it replaced or whatever. So it just depends. But it does not get hard on its own. I can feel my natal anatomy get aroused. I can still feel it, but you don't physically see the phallus raised like a cyst mill. Is it heavy? To me, sometimes it is heavy. I'll think about probably 9 weeks after I had my surgery. Um, Sometimes when I walk, it would just feel so heavy to me. Now it doesn't really bother me. It can become uncomfortable after a while of wearing underwear. That's why I don't like wearing underwear a lot. But you got to just find the right underwear for you. So I think when I'm aroused, it feels heavy, but it's not, like I said, it's not unbearable or super uncomfortable. It's just different. So that goes into the next question. Does it feel weird or foreign? At first it did. Now it's getting to the point where I even walk. I'm walking better now. I think I'm back to my normal walk, but I don't know. I would have to let somebody else be the judge of that. Uh, Before, I told you before, it's like a waddle, like a penguin mixed with a duck walk. Now I'm walking way normal, and that has I also had a lot to do with my leg. Sometimes if I stretch my leg out a certain way, it'll be too tight, and that's just my leg coming, my skin coming back on my leg. It's getting harder. The skin on my leg is getting harder, and I don't know. It's starting to be, the itch is not as bad, but it's just starting to be really dry, and I try to keep it lubricated because like when it gets dry, it feels like that constriction, and I don't like that. I felt real restricted in my movement compared to before. But it doesn't really bother me too much, just the itching, and if I lay on it a certain way, it'll be irritated just from, like I said, the restriction in it. What else? What kind of, oh, I got a total of 12 weeks off. That's what Dr. Santucci's office automatically gives you. Do I feel ready to go back to work? Uh, yes and no. So physically, I feel fine. There's nothing wrong with me. Um, I know when it's time to go to work, I'll be even better because I have another week before I go back. But um, my biggest thing would just be about my arm. Like, I can wear these things we wear at work anyway. They're sleeves that it could cover my arm up. But in the event that I actually take the sleeve off and someone sees my arm, it's kind of like, well, if somebody asks, what do you say? So I came up with a couple things, like maybe I'll tell them I got mauled by a pit bull, or something like that, or or I could simply just say I needed a skin graft and leave it at that, or I don't have to say anything. I'm not out at work. Some people do know because I told them, but a, a lot of people don't know. So I mean, I started my job. I already had started my transition when I moved back here, and whenever I can, more than likely I'll get a tattoo over it because for one, I like tattoos. For two, I don't know. I don't feel the need. I didn't feel the need to get my chest tatted either, but I did. So I'm more than likely. That's why I say more than likely I'll get a tattoo. Yeah, I don't really have a lot for you guys. Like I said, it's been pretty simple for me. I'm so grateful. Up until this point, having zero complications. Dr. Santucci did tell me if there was anybody that was going to go through this process without any complications, I would be that person, just because I haven't had any issues the whole time I was in the hospital. I was good. Right after surgery, everything was good. So hopefully it works out for you guys like that. I don't know why me, but I'm thankful for it. My wife is excited about it. She's happy for me and things of that nature. So maybe some people might ask, oh, how does it feel? I guess when you ask that, it's the person that's touching it. How does it feel? For me, it feels like skin. Like, you know what I mean? When my wife touches it, she says that it feels, you know, I don't want to say the word normal because that would imply that it's not normal. But she said it just feels like a cis penis, you know. So for those wondering how it feels. Thank you for watching. Please share, subscribe to my channel. This is Deshawn.